Hi and welcome to Freshservice. In today's presentation, we'll be doing a short demo covering the basics of Freshservice. But let's start with the obvious. What exactly is Freshservice? Freshservice is an easy-to-use IT service management solution packed with powerful automations and capabilities for end users, agents, and administrators. In today's journey, we'll be starting with the end user experience. The end user experience serves to empower our requesters and employees with the self-service options that they need. We want to support our employees wherever they may be across multiple channels, and we want to wow our employees with an easy-to-use service catalog. Driving self-service enables employees and service desk agents to be more productive throughout their day and saves time and money for the business. Let's take a look at what the self-service portal looks like within Freshservice. This is the out-of-the-box self-service portal that comes with Freshservice. It is fully customizable to your own design philosophy using HTML and CSS. It also integrates with popular SSO providers such as Okta, OneLogin, and Active Directory. The service portal houses a knowledge base of solution articles that employees can access in order to solve their own problems before they submit a ticket to the service desk. In this example, I'm having trouble with my MacBook, so I type it into the search bar and I'm able to see solutions that deal with MacBooks in particular. I can click on the solution article, read through it, perform the actions that it says to do, and see if that helps me resolve my own issue. If it doesn't help me, I can, in fact, report an incident directly within the service portal. I can also report incidents via email, chat, or phone, depending on your integrations with Freshservice. When I click on Report an Incident, I'm greeted with a friendly form to fill out. This is just trying to collect the relevant information for an incident. This helps eliminate the ping-pong game where agents and requesters go back and forth trying to collect all the information for a ticket. I'm also able to associate the asset that I need help with, so I can associate my MacBook to this ticket and then submit it. Likewise, from the service portal, I'm able to request a new service. So let's say I submitted my incident report about my MacBook being broken, and I really need a loaner laptop in order to start working and be productive during the day. So I can go into Request New Service, and I'm greeted with an e-commerce-like experience where I'm able to request service items that range from hardware to software, even things like employee onboarding packages or access to applications. You can do that through the service catalog. In this example, I'm looking for the loaner laptop item, and I'm able to find it within that intuitive search. When I click on Request, I'm greeted with a similar screen that lets me fill out a form collecting the details of why I need this laptop, and it's also letting me know things like the price. I can also request things on behalf of someone else, if that's the case. This is often the case when you do things like employee onboarding. When I submit this, it will go into the back end along with any incidents that I've submitted from the portal as a ticket, which agents can then work on. So let's hop back to our presentation and talk about the agent experience before we decide to demo it. The agent experience really encompasses a couple of things. The main things being ticket management, change management, and asset management. Within ticket management, we're really looking to automate the help desk. We want to make sure agents are spending time on what's important, and we also want to make sure they have full context of tickets in one screen, so they're not having to jump between multiple systems. The whole point is to empower agents. We want to give them an easy-to-use interface and allowing them to work more efficiently. Let's take a look at how an agent is able to handle tickets as they come into the service desk. When I log in as an agent, I will have access to ticket queues. I can have a ticket queue for all tickets to see everything that's coming into my service desk. I can also filter this so that I can only see tickets that are assigned to me. I can provide filters for different groups, such as the hardware team, and tickets that are overdue within that group. I'm able to save any type of filtered queue, as a permanent queue, which I'll always have access to. And I want to make sure that this view is available to everybody in the hardware team. And I'll save it as overdue hardware. These ticket queues that you save are available in this drop-down, so you can quickly get to different queues depending on what you need to work on during the day. Within your ticket queue, you are able to see common information on the ticket, the most important of which is the SLA, letting me know when a ticket is due, if it was resolved in time, and whether it was responded to on time. If I hover over a ticket, I'm able to get a little bit of the description, and I can also see where the ticket came from, whether it was email, a portal, phone, or chat. Within a ticket, I'm able to help my requesters by providing responses. In this example, I've dropped in a solution article to see if this will help my requester diagnose his MacBook. To do so, we click on Reply, and we can click on Insert Solution, and we can drop in that content or insert it as a link. We are also able to forward emails to third parties. So if we need access to someone at Apple in order to help us out with this MacBook problem, maybe we can't diagnose it correctly, we can easily get in touch with them using the forward option, and those forward options and replies will be displayed as private notes on your ticket so that your requester cannot actually see you interacting with your third party. Ticket properties are located on the right-hand panel. We start off with the SLA properties. We can see the requester info below that. Any custom applications that we're integrated into. For example, if I wanted to quickly Slack or Zoom David in this case, I could use that custom integration to generate a meeting URL and get on with him to discuss his issue. I can also update my ticket properties at will from this right-hand panel. So let's say I've resolved this issue. I can change it to resolved and click Update by filling out the required fields. And then that ticket becomes resolved. I can also associate tasks and assets to the ticket. So I can make a new task, letting someone from the hardware team know that they need to diagnose this MacBook, and that person will then get a notification letting them know that they have a new task on a ticket. I can also associate the MacBook that is currently broken, so I'm able to see the full context of that asset. Coming back to our ticket queue, I'm also able to perform bulk actions on tickets. So a lot of the times, I'll get a lot of issues around Wi-Fi being out or password resets being requested. And these issues are often similar in nature. So I can select all of them individually and then perform bulk actions on them. In this example, I'll be performing a bulk reply and leveraging a canned response, which sends out a personalized email to the requester, letting them know that we've received their issue and a workaround to their issue. This sends out a reply to all of those requesters at once. Let's move on to change management. Change management is all about enforcing governance, streamlining the processes around change management, and providing easy auditing around change records. Freshservice really strikes a perfect balance between efficiency and governance. We want to be able to make sure that we are getting all the documentation we need for a change, but also making sure that activity is tracked without having to worry about it. So let's go into a change, and we'll use the Wi-Fi example that we just left off of. In this example, we have a change taking place around a Wi-Fi router that needs to be replaced. The chevrons up top represent the change lifecycle. This is the out-of-the-box lifecycle for changes, but you can insert custom lifecycle points within this as well. Most importantly, as an ITIL-aligned tool, we are following the 7 R's of change, and that is reflected in our planning documentation. We want to make sure that we have the reason for the change, the impact, the rollout plan, and the backout plan. We can also create tasks within changes if certain things need to happen. Maybe a certain group needs to work on something before a change can be rolled out. We can assign those tasks directly to the change. We can also associate the asset just like we did with the tickets. And we can also associate individual tickets and problems that are linked to this change. Obviously, all these Wi-Fi outage tickets are causing this change to occur. We can also set up the CAB approval process from within the change. This can be fully automated if you wish. We can also set up the approval process at will on an ad hoc basis. You can always send reminders to the people that you need approvals from if they're not doing so in a timely manner. Again, you have all your change properties on the right-hand side, similar to the ticket view. And Freshservice comes out of the box with the 4 typical change types that we see. However, you can create custom types as well. Last thing around change management is the ability to schedule your change calendar. You can schedule maintenance windows, blackout windows, and CAB meetings directly from within Freshservice. Let's talk a little bit about asset management before we wrap up our demonstration here. Asset management is made super easy in Freshservice. The most leveraged option here is the auto asset discovery, the ability to scan all the assets in your organization using intelligent discovery tools. So assets are maintained in a CMDB. This CMDB can be updated by inserting new assets one by one. You can update it by importing a CSV or Excel file that has assets if you're tracking them that way. And you can also leverage the asset discovery tools, 2 of which are Agent and Probe. The agent can be installed on Windows, Mac, and Linux machines, and it can be scheduled to scan for assets such as the hardware information of that machine and any software installed on it on a regular cadence. The probe, on the other hand, can only be installed on a Windows machine. However, it will scan your network for any assets that are connected to it. So it will look for things like laptops, routers, printers, etc., and pump that asset information into Freshservice directly. You can also schedule this to be integrated with things like SCCM if you're currently using that for asset management as well. As an admin, I'm able to configure my help desk from the admin settings. The most important of which is the workflow automator. This is what makes life a lot easier for admins and agents alike. It's simple and intuitive, requires minimal trading, there's no coding required to build automations within Freshservice. You're able to make complex and powerful workflows at will, and it's easy to manage all of the workflow automations that you have. You can turn them on and off at will as well. So let's go into the workflow automator. And here I have a couple of workflows set up. I can easily make a new one as well. I'll go into this one as an example where I've set up a workflow automation for an automatic approval process for service requests. So if a service request is raised and that requested item includes any sort of Apple MacBook or a new CRM account, I want to make sure that I'm getting the appropriate approvals from the right people, because those are both high-ticket items and items that require access approvals. So I can trigger an approval from the first person. Once they approve it, the second approval will trigger, and once that second person approves, we can assign the service request to the fulfillment team. So this will all happen automatically as the approvals come in. This is a simple drag and drop process, so all of these items are dragged and dropped into the graphical editor here, and you're even able to trigger actions such as webhooks, which can then trigger actions in third-party applications. You can also integrate with applications from your admin space by clicking on Apps. And you can select from apps that we currently have in our marketplace. I've got a couple turned on here, such as Zoom and the auto start timer. You can also create custom apps from our developer portal. So if you have developers that want to leverage SDKs, you can create custom integrations that way as well. Freshservice operates on RESTful APIs, so if there is an application that we don't have built, but you would like integrations to it, as long as it operates on REST, there is more than likely a chance that we can do so. Last but not least, I want to cover analytics and reporting. Analytics and reporting is table stakes when it comes to an ITSM solution. The point here is we want to be able to gain powerful insights, we want to be able to do it quickly and easily, and we want to be able to do it in real time or close to near real time. Within my analytics module, I can choose from curated reports or custom reports that I've made by myself. A curated report might be something like agent performance or help desk at a glance, which allows us to coach and manage our agents better by getting metrics around them, but also manage our service desk better by seeing things like have any tickets breached any SLAs, for example. A custom report allows you to make custom reports directly within Freshservice using intuitive BI tools. We can create widgets and plop them onto this report as well. Important thing to note is that I can drill into any of these widgets by clicking on the expand button. And when I do so, I'm able to see underlying data in a spreadsheet format. So this will show me all of the tickets that are being analyzed to create this metric that I'm tracking around average response time. This is really great when you're trying to track things like SLA breaches, allowing you to see tickets that are breaching SLAs very quickly and easily. You can schedule reports to be sent out on a daily, weekly, or monthly cadence, and you can send those to anybody in your organization as well. They will get it as an email with a PDF attachment that they can then circulate or view as needed. That's all for today's presentation. I want to thank you for taking the time to learn more about Freshservice. If you do have any other questions or you want to learn a little bit more about Freshservice in depth, I highly recommend going to support.freshservice.com. This will have a lot of solution articles about Freshservice that you can look through and search through on your own time. Otherwise, feel free to reach out to anybody at Freshworks, and we'll be happy to go through a more in-depth demonstration. Thank you so much, and have a great day.